Okay, I mentioned that I wanted to suspect, but so we'll start this. Purim, here's the safe. Purim Tavshin Chavalev, which is the whole year that we're learning. So Purim Tavshin Chavalev. So in the Fabrengen, and again, part of it is the Gem has made, the Rebbe said the following, which is translated. It's quite something, as you will hear. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So it's more towards the end of the Fabrengen. Like two-thirds through. Listen to these words. I'll translate it directly. Even if we were living in a country where nobody read newspapers, it's not my union to tell publicly news that's published in the newspaper. How much more so if when we're living in a country where more than 10 Yidden, he meant present at the Fabrengen, read the newspaper. I guess in brackets, the Rebbe would often ridicule this, reading newspapers.
I once heard the Rabbi had stacks of newspapers. None that he read, or is that just false?
It's not. First of all, what the Rebbe does is what the Rebbe does.
Right. No,
it was Rabbi Krinsky. Rabbi Krinsky would cut out.
Every morning he would cut out when he came in.
Cut out the relevant articles that he understood that the Rebbe wanted to read. Not just of news, but science breakthroughs and journals and things like that. Medicine, science in general. And the Rebbe filed them away, things that he wanted to keep, he filed. Especially science things. So there's 10 Yidden, so much more so there's 10 Yidden that read the newspaper. And dafka every day. Such, but I'm going to tell you now, you know already from the newspaper. But what's relevant to me is what we can learn from it. And after you hear from somebody else, people listening will hear it from somebody else, maybe it'll enter someone's mind that das meint men them we're talking to him, which is why he's going to share it now. And that is, there was an announcement in the newspaper yesterday and today that the Moishe Medina, the president, in whom is invested the Sarah Medina Lamaila, is a reflection of the heavenly minister, announced, and this is like Shushan Habira, America's the capital, that he's going to make a whole organization. It's called the Peace Corps. He didn't say it, but it's called the Peace Corps. That they will leave their homes, Artzacham, Beladetcham, Bebeis Avicha, they'll go to a foreign place that's not developed in order to help the inhabitants, the local inhabitants, develop and to build a cultivated, civilized, cultivated society, as it should be, productive. And he said that they should know that when they go there, they have to live in those conditions that the people, the local population lives, and to eat the same food. And they shouldn't think they're going to get great sums of money, but this is going to be without financial reward, or maybe or a small payment. And he further said, he hopes and he's certain there will be hundreds of young people that will respond to this call. Since that concludes now. Since Al Pitoida, the whole creation ultimately is for the Yid. It's understood that the Kavani here is to remind us of that which is being spoken to us. And had we merited, it would be fulfilled as soon as it was spoken about. He's talking about shlichus. But since we didn't merit, so b'chesed barachamim, it's printed in the newspaper and then in English, with the hope that each one will translate it in language that applies to him and understand that we're talking to him. And he continues, it's years now that we say, keep on repeating, the person shouldn't delude himself and convince himself that he wants to be in the Tuv Haaretz Techela, to eat the best of the land. And he has to live dafke in these few streets where there's radio and television, a shower in the morning, a shower in the evening, and he can get every day fresh milk, no problems of Cholav Yisrael and Pas Yisrael. And here, therefore, he wants to serve Hashem dafke here and doesn't move from here. And we come to him, we tell him, listen, here's a chayin. You have to hear the sichas, is the way the Rebbe says it. Here's a chayin, there's a Medina Charev, quoting from the Medrash, there's a country which is destroyed, destitute, a country which is undeveloped. And there are Yidden who don't even know that they're lacking anything. But that you merited to success beyond nature, and not through your effort. Like the Alter Rebbe explains in the Lashon Hashem Atev Chalkeinu and Yofi Reshus, how fortunate is our lot and beautiful our inheritance. Says the Alter Rebbe, like a person rejoices with inheritance, a huge inheritance that fell to him without any effort. For that loch is that even a mute and a fool and a child one day inherits everything. So everything that we're saying, everything you have, you inherited. So asking you to devote some time and to go to those Yidden who don't even know that they're missing anything, and to be with them for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year, for 10 years, for as long as you needed it. And the Eibishter, about whom it says, your years, your years do not end. He will give you years the years that you need for it, without taking away from your years. In other words, you're not going to lose any years over it. And when he hears this, he asks, will I have a dwelling place? Will it be furniture? Will there be food that I can eat as it should be? Will I get a good salary? Will they publish about this in the newspapers? That's his question. And then he has to go and seek counsel with those that he knows to begin with. They're going to talk him out of going. Because for those that will encourage him to go, Ilachatchila doesn't go to seek their advice. What really bothers him? So in the beginning, he could think that what's his concern is he needs the Cholav Yisrael and the Pas Yisrael. But that can't be. That a Yiddish neshama never shall kiss will not put herself aside for another Yid. Avos Yisrael, which is one with Avos Hashem, because of spiritual considerations? No. We think a little bit deeper, we see, we don't have to go too deep, but Daf Gor, weit nicht kriechen, don't have to dig deep. What's negated to him is the radio. To say, the material comforts. Furniture, maybe you'll get there. But to hear the radio every day, to know what's happening at the end of the world and the politics between one Gentile and another, with this he can't live. And as long as we can't assure him that he will have the news fresh, he has to stay in this place, while complaining. And especially, here's at Tzadik Gomer, he learns Torah, is Mekayim mitzvahs, and serves Hashem b'chol lavav v'chol nafshecha. No. So what's wrong if he's fulfilled his obligation from the second parsha, and not the first one where it says b'chol ma'itcha, which is what we're talking about? I'll just finish the next paragraph. We'll continue. And it's mentioned that even though it's Meridika what's coming, but we'll leave that for the next time. Even though that it's been already years, this is 1961, we speak about this incessantly in this way, and we speak in another way, and in a third way. So there's excuses and answers of all kinds, strange and stranger. In the words of the Megillah, Kelim, Mekelim, Shenim, vessels of all kinds of vessels, all kinds of. But only he should not go to the place He's not going to go to a place where he can't get fresh milk every day. And more refined, he wants to make sure he has Chalav Yisrael and Pas Yisrael, and he shouldn't have to go without milk. Or he doesn't want to have the test. What's going to be if I don't have it? What's going to be with the Medina Chareva, with these Yidden, this country? Let somebody else worry about it. He's not obligated to worry about Hashem's world. And then he comes out strongly with the hira that comes from the President of the United States. Some very words to be continued. You can see, friends, that the Rebbe's battle for shlichus.
Since Babel, at least that message seems to be.
Yeah, it's all different. Yeah, I might say that for the listeners. Now it's already people vying and trying to find a place. And here we are so many years after Gimel Tammuz. But we're going back to the early, but everything is a hira. You can apply this, the shlich can apply this to himself in his place of shlichus wherever he is. Everything is hira and avodas Hashem. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
You should call off, Rabbi. You should be blessed. All the very best to you all.
All of us in good health. Okay.
A Freilich and Purim.
Freilich and Purim.
All the best.